Hat-trick of wins for Punjab now. They've beaten Bangalore, Mumbai and Delhi. What a winning streak it's been for them. They're now getting back to full confidence. 4 wins out of 10 games and they've moved on to 5th place now. In a matter of couple of matches, they've moved from the last position to the 5th place. Are they scripting a historic comeback? It'll be brilliant to watch if they're able to win all their games and if they're able to qualify for this year's playoffs. It'll be some story to watch, I think, Vedant.
Absolutely, totally agree to you. What a performance again by Punjab. At one stage, it looked like that they want to take it to the last over, but finally, I think that dropped catch by Marcus Stoin is actually defined that it was destined for Punjab to register their hat trick of wins. Finally, I would say, and that's the difference between these two sides. If you look at Delhi, only one score of 106. The second highest score was 14, and that was the reason we were also talking about it in the mid-inning show that if Shikhar Dhawan would have got a partnership there, then probably this score of 164 could have been looked at 175 or 180, and that could have been the difference between these two sides. But what an innings this has been from Nicholas Pooran as well. Absolutely brilliant, and I think those responsibilities after Mayank Agarwal got out, it was from here it rose to here, and that was really good to see that he just rise on the occasion and delivered for his team.
It was brilliant to watch the Punjab bowlers, the Punjab batsmen as well. It was what was a good sign for Punjab today was that KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal failed today, and the other batsmen down the order contributed actually. Even Maxwell, 32 of 33, couldn't close the game. It was not the prettiest of shots from him. He should have been able to close the game, but got out early. Nicholas Pooran, even Chris Gayle did not fire today. Wholly, he did hit some lusty blows in that one over of Tushar Deshpande, but down the order, I think it was an equal contribution from everyone. Everyone chipping in, the bowlers doing their job, the batsmen giving small contributions. Deepak Hooda, Jimmy Neesham with that six, Glenn Maxwell with his patient 32 of 33, and Nicholas Pooran, the star of the show for Punjab. Definitely a match-winning performance there. It was really good to watch how they played as a group today, and that's how you need to play to win games, and that's what they've been doing in the past 3 games, in the last 3 games rather.
Absolutely, and I think there seems to be a talk going around the management and the captain that let's take one game at a time and probably we can script a history. Who knows? Who knows if they are able to qualify for the playoffs? Because sometimes in cricket, in any sport, you just need a momentum, and once you get that momentum, I think if you are able to beat top two sides of the tournament, one Mumbai and again Delhi, then you are doing something really good.
Top three: Bangalore, Mumbai, and
Yeah.
Delhi. Top three.
So
It's
that's
brilliant.
really good to see. And now the equation will actually come, Yuvraj, because their next three games, one they are playing against Kolkata, one they are playing against Rajasthan and Hyderabad. All three teams will be looking forward to putting out a best foot because Punjab is actually looking to probably say to other teams, hey, stop, we are coming. So I think KL Rahul, as you rightly mentioned, it's a good sign that KL Rahul did not perform today. It's a good sign that Mayank Agarwal got out a little early. And it was a good sign that even if Chris Gayle was able to score those 28, 29 runs, those 29 runs actually came in very less deliveries. And that was the difference. If you see at the end of it, they needed less than 5 runs and over, less than 6 runs and over. And that was because of some lusty blows by Nicholas Puran and, of course, Chris Gayle.
Definitely, I think the Caribbeans were the difference today. I think Chris Gayle and Nicholas Pooran, the West Indians, I think they've done a fabulous job. 29 of 13 is actually a very good contribution considering the context of the game because you needed to take the pressure off from the other end. And he took it upon himself, did a fine job, 29 of 13. Then, of course, it was all about Nicholas Pooran then. He took all the pressure off by striking those lusty blows. 27 balls, 53. I think he should look to continue. He should look to be more consistent because we've seen bits and pieces again. 53. We saw 7. We've seen a 70 odd from him, a 40 odd, 45 of 22, a 20. 30, but he's not even been able to carry on. That's what he should be looking to correct.
Absolutely, I totally agree with you. Nicholas Pooran needs to play those big innings, and at the same time, even Glenn Maxwell, after so many games, is finally able to cross that barrier of 13 or 15 runs, his last highest score in Indian T20 League 2020 season. But finally, now since he has been able to score 32 runs, he should look at it in a way that team has been believing in me, and I need to do something special for the team. If you see, KL Rahul is believing in him as a bowler, as a batsman as well. He bowled 4 overs today, and that's a really good sign.
He's been bowling his full quota of 4 overs in almost all matches because I think he's found a way to save runs. He's not necessarily picking up wickets for you. Today he picked up one wicket, that was a bonus for you. But mostly he'll not give away more than 30-32 runs, and you'll take that from your part timer. Why not? Because they needed to fill the space of that fifth bowler. Today they only had Arshdeep Singh, Mohammad Shami, Ravi Bishnoi, and Murugan Ashwin as their four specialist bowlers, four Indians. They wouldn't have wanted to go to Jimmy Neesham, but they did. He also picked up a wicket. And of course, because your four mainstream bowlers, frontline bowlers, they won't complete, all of them won't complete their quota of 4 overs always, as we've seen more often than not, because one of them will go for a hammering. That is for sure, that is a certainty. That's why you need some extra options, and those extra options were provided by both Jimmy Neesham and Glenn Maxwell, especially Glenn Maxwell, who bowled his 4 overs and has been opening the bowling for uh, Punjab, and they do trust him. I think this is one another option he's giving with ball in hand, and he can, if he can just get one more innings, one more substantial innings, just get time out in the middle. He did it in this game. Let's hope he can continue from here and continue from where he leaves today.
Absolutely, I totally agree to it. And since we are talking about Punjab, how about we talk about somebody like Mayank Agarwal? Mayank Agarwal's injury, there is no update as of now, but it looked severe. And if he goes for some games, then who will be coming?
Tough. Karun Nair is the only viable option looking to me. Looking, Gale can open. That's not a problem, I think. But again, Karun Nair has not been in form. He
To
won't
be
be the
very
best
honest, I'm
replacement.
looking at it from lot many eyes. If
Yeah.
Karun Nair comes in, that's fine. But somebody who is the third highest run scorer in this tournament thus far is going, and Punjab is actually looking forward to win all the remaining games. And I think it will be a bad sign for them.
Yeah, if he misses out, uh, it will be very tough to change that opening order again, because KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal has defined the batting for Punjab so far, except this game, of course. And if Mayank Agarwal misses out, he's been a really integral part of this outfit, along with KL Rahul and many others. He's done a fine job for them. Both the Karnataka players have been fabulous this season. They've stood up. They've almost always taken matters into their own hands. They've also let it go many a times, as we see from the winning stats of Punjab right now. But very integral part of the team. And if he has to miss out, big loss, huge loss to Punjab.
On a scale of 0 to 10, how satisfied will be Mayank Agarwal after that match 2 between these two sides?
Yeah, I think he will be, because he would have personally wanted to make amends. He would have also wanted the team to make amends, and it would be so. He would have been so gutted, so frustrated that why did I hit that ball in the air? There was so many gaps in the field. I could have just tapped it anywhere I would have liked. I would have gotten a single. Why did I have to play a high risk shot? But that's how the game goes. You have that 1 millionth of a second to decide what do I have to do on this ball. He got a full toss, tried to hit it in the air. Probably he thought that there is no risk involved, but there was a fielder out there. That's how things happen. You can't always control what's happening. But today, Punjab was in full control of the game. I think that's why they finished it before the last over.
Absolutely, I totally agree to you. And now it's time to look at the scorecard once. Delhi won the toss and they opted to bat first. In their quota of 20 overs, they managed to score 164 runs with a loss of 5 wickets, of course. Prithvi Shaw and Shikhar Dhawan started off the innings. Prithvi Shaw is looking out of touch. 7 of 11 deliveries for him. Jimmy Neesham was able to pick that wicket, and a good catch by Glenn Maxwell as well. Then an unbeaten 100 by Shikhar Dhawan also registered his name in the books of history, of course. smashing, becoming the only player to score consecutive centuries in Indian T20 League. There have been 13 editions and nobody has done that ever. And then, of course, Shreyas Iyer, the second highest run scorer in the side with 14 runs. Rishabh Pant also scored 14, but consumed a lot many deliveries, 20 deliveries to score 14 runs. Marcus Stoinis got a start but couldn't continue, 9 of 10 deliveries. Shimron Hetmeyer got out on the last delivery, but I think he would be satisfied with his contribution of 10 runs, 10 of 6, and that beautiful 6. At the last of it. And of course, if you look at the bowling card as well, Glenn Maxwell, as we were talking about, was able to complete his quota of 4 overs, giving away just 31 runs and picking a crucial wicket of Rishabh Pant. Then, of course, Mohammad Shami, again, another day, another good day for Mohammad Shami, 2 wickets for 28 runs. And at the end of it, if you see Ravi Bishnoi, Murugan Ashwin, all did well. I think nobody went for a lot many runs if you look at Punjab's bowling lineup. And then, of course, when they came out to bat, KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal. KL Rahul was looking really good, but unfortunately played a loose shot, I would say, and got out to Akshar Patel. Easy catch to Daniel Sams. Mayank Agarwal would be kicking himself. Why did he agree to Nicholas Pooran? And he got himself run out. And then, of course, Chris Gayle, Christopher Henry Gayle, he just smashed 24 runs and overall 25 runs came off Tushar Deshpande's over. 29 of 13 deliveries, 3 boundaries, and 2 big sixes. That's Chris Gayle for you. But as we were talking about it in the match day live as well, Chris Gayle against Ravi Chandran Ashwin, that's a rivalry to be watched. And Ashwin comes out as a winner almost 9 out of 10 times. And of course, Nicholas Pooran was a savior in Punjab's batting lineup, 53 of 28 deliveries. Glenn Maxwell would be happy with his performance of 32 of 24. Deepak Hooda was lucky today, played a couple of chip shots. One was actually a dropped catch. So I think he was very, very lucky, consumed a lot many deliveries, something he would be looking forward to in the next game because team seems to be believing in him. 15 of 22 deliveries, 1 boundary. And at the end of it, James Neesham was like, enough is enough. I am just closing this game. Smashed a 6 off the last delivery of Daniel Sams over. And that was it for Punjab as they were able to win the game by 5 wickets. But I think the scorecard would not be over if I don't talk about Kagiso Rabada. How good was he again, Yuvraj? 4 overs, 27, 2 wickets.
21 wickets now in 10 games. He's on an absolute streak of wickets and he doesn't seem to stop. No matter what happens around him, he'll do his job. He's been doing a fine job. He's a very good cricketing brain. He knows what to do in what situations, what to bowl at what batsman. Perfect delivery to Nicholas Pooran to get him out, really. Almost brought Delhi back into the game. He's very prudent. He knows how to operate. Very less fast bowlers. Very few fast bowlers have this kind of cricketing brain because they just want to go about their business. They want to bowl fast. They want to bowl good lines and lengths. But apart from bowling good lines and lengths, he also bowls to the batsman. He thinks like a batsman. That is what makes the difference, I think.
Absolutely, I totally agree to you. Kagiso Rabada is one of the finest bowlers in Indian T20 League and overall as well. And now we move on to our last segment of the day, and that is best tweets of the game. The first one is coming from MSDN for life. He says, Pooran, if he need to add temperament to his game, then this guy gonna tear any bowling apart. Gonna make 20 T20 franchises go bonkers to get him. I totally agree to you. I think he needs to add a little more temperament to his game because once he scores those half centuries, it becomes a little difficult for him to continue. I think today was one delivery by Kagiso Rabada where I think almost 9 out of 10 times a batsman would have got out. But I think we have seen Nicholas Pooran in past as well. Once he is in the game, he wants to continue, but he hasn't been able to continue after a certain score. And I think that's what he has to learn from somebody like KL Rahul, has to learn from somebody like Chris Gayle, who play big innings, who know how to convert those 40 into 80s, 80 into 120s. And if you want to learn how to convert 120 into 170, then you have somebody like Chris Gayle in your side to do that.
Temperament is the right word. I think he chose the perfect word because he seemed in a hurry today. He wanted to run off everything. Almost got almost no, not almost. He got Mayank Agarwal run out. He threw him. He sold him down the river. Then almost got himself out as well by chance. He was lucky. He was very fortunate that Rishabh Pant missed the stumps. It would have been curtains for him too early. But after that, he looked good. After that, he looked settled. He realized that I need to make up for that run out of Mayank Agarwal. He did that really, really well and almost got them to a winning position. If he had that temperament, I think he would have been able to carry on maybe, but it was just a perfect delivery by Kagiso Rabada. Correct word, I think. All the other players like KL Rahul, Chris Gayle, Mayank Agarwal, they have got the temperament. They know how to pace their innings. They don't just go for one-way traffic. So that's what Nicholas Pooran can learn from his fellow mates.
Absolutely. And the second tweet, I think, Yuvraj, you will just love it. It is coming from Athar. He says only one word for Punjab's pace today: intent. The leaderboard doesn't do justice to the brand of cricket Punjab have been playing this season.
I have been saying this. They've played far more entertaining cricket than what their uh, points table suggests. 4 wins out of 10. Maybe it should have been six, at least six. I
Yeah.
think those 3 matches that they lost should have would be pricking them right now. It's about such fine margins in this game. It's made all the difference. They are left lurching now, wanting to win 4 out of 4 games. It
At
would have been a
least Delhi
different.
and Kolkata. At least Delhi and Kolkata. I don't know about Rajasthan, but Delhi and Kolkata should have been won by them.
Yeah, it should have been. I think even if they had one more game, a cushion of one more game, they would have felt more comfortable. And Delhi game, for sure, they should have had that in their bag. But unfortunately, it is what it is now. They have got to make the most of the situation they are in. 4 games left. Can they? Can they just make a brilliant comeback to occupy that fourth spot? Or maybe we don't know. Still, no team has qualified, so anyone could lag behind, and Punjab could get in there. Let's see. Very interesting 2 games coming up in the next 2 days.
Absolutely, I totally agree to you. On Sunday, we were working till 12:40, 12:50, and on Monday, it turned out to be we are closing it at 11:20. Even on Tuesday, it looks like we will be closing at 11:20. That's how games have been. That's how cricket is. At times, it surprises you. At times, you are like, oh my God, even this can happen. But yeah, this is how it is. We will be joining you guys tomorrow. Today, it's Punjab who has won the game by, of course, 5 wickets against Delhi. And tomorrow there is a cracker of a game, very, very important game. If you keep this tournament in mind, Kolkata playing against Bangalore. If you are a Punjab fan or if you are a Hyderabad, Rajasthan, Chennai fan, you would want Bangalore to win tomorrow and let Kolkata be at 10 because you would not want them to go anywhere else. So let's see what happens as of now. As Yuvraj said, Punjab moves to the 5th spot with, of course, 8 points in their bag. It will be very, very interesting. Tomorrow at 4 o'clock, match day live. Once again, it will be Yuvraj and me who will be entertaining you guys and giving some good insights. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Till then, it's a good night and keep watching Sports Tiger.